Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another palette review, swatches, trying them on my eyes for you. A little while ago, and by that I mean probably around Christmas time / the 1st of January. I'm just very behind. Anyway, Sephora had a sale on sale, so an extra 20% off of their sale. And two of the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes were on the list. So I picked both of them up. I have the coral one and I have the gemstone one. So because the gemstone one is all shimmer, I decided to combine these into the same video because I won't be able to use the gemstone one by itself. So I still plan on doing the swatches and eye look for you guys just with two palettes. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the coral one first, and they all come in a little sleeve. So you take the sleeve off and it's just this little compact square, which is really nice. This is how the coral one looks. It basically just has, I believe, 7 mattes and 2 shimmers. At first glance, I am kind of worried that none of them are dark enough. I just like my palettes to be well rounded with transition colors, light colors, dark colors. But they do look very beautiful, very warm. This would have been a perfect summer palette, even though it's dead of winter and I'm just picking this up now, but that's besides the fact. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch all 9 colors just in a row on my arm here. They, just in the history of swatches, shimmers generally swatch better than mattes, so that's what I'm expecting, but we'll see how these turn out. I really like the color scheme that's in here. It's just so warm and perfect for a summer look. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you, they were a little bit underwhelming. So the colors were a little bit chalky, I felt like. I felt like they were really chunky, especially some of these colors right here. I don't know if it's because I picked up too much, too little. I kind of just swatched these how I normally would, and they were just a little bit chunky. So the shimmers both performed really well like I anticipated, but I'm not super impressed by the mattes so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch the gemstone ones for you as well. I'm just going to swatch them on my same arm on the other side, all 9 of the shimmers, and I'm hoping that all these shimmers perform about the same as the shimmers did in the other palette, not the mattes. So for the most part, the shimmers I think performed a lot better than the mattes did. Like I anticipated, some of the colors are a little bit flaky and less buttery than others, but for the most part, they are performing okay. Again, this is my arm does not have primer or foundation or anything on it, so that could also be the case. But oh, I also realized I forgot to even show you what the shimmer one looked like. But here is what the shimmer one looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait to dig into these colors. Anyway, I'm gonna go wash this off my arm, try them on my eyes, and just hopefully they perform better than they did in the swatches. Okay, so let's just slap these on my eyes. To start, I'm going to take this middle transition color. It's not even a transition, this is really flesh tone color for me, and I am just taking a brush and patting that all over my eyes. Next, I'm going to take the yellow color and basically blow it everywhere. In my crease, a little bit above that, just push this everywhere. I want this to basically act like the transition color. I'm going to, I think, put some other colors on top of this, but I want this to peek out from behind. So as I get started on this other eye, I feel like it's not quite as pigmented as I would have liked. I was able to build this side up. I hope you can see it. I know yellow doesn't show up that well on my skin in general, but the yellow that I have from Vivid Pigments palette, I feel performs a little bit better than this, but this is, I am able to build this though, so I guess it's okay. It's just taking me more time and more pigment. Okay, so next I am going to take this coral right here. It's one of the lighter colors in here, and I'm basically going to put this right on top of the yellow. I'm not going to bring this quite as far up. I feel like with the yellow, I basically went all the way up to my eyebrows. With this color, I'm not going quite as far, just in my crease. This color did perform a little bit better on my eyes, and I think partially is because it's just a different color than yellow. I was able to build this up, although it wasn't super pigmented. It wasn't just you know, pack it on, you're good to go. This is you slowly build it, but it blends really well. So next I'm taking this sort of brick red. This is, I would say, the darkest color in this palette. Honestly, it's a burnt orange, And I'm going to attempt to do some sort of like halo eye-ish look with this. So I'm taking this in the outer corners of my eyes and the inner corners of my eyes, and then like a little bit in the crease as well. So now I'm just taking this yellow and going back over the top. This is just to soften this up and give it some sort of dimension. I feel like these colors blended almost too well. You know what I mean? Like they all blended together and it's not giving me any sort of dimension. At this point, had I been doing like any other eye look where I was like not trying to do a palette review, I would go into a different palette honestly and just pick up something that's like a dark brown or something just to give my eyes some more dimension. But I really wanted to keep this just like the one palette, you know, review. Well, with the Gemstones palette, I guess that's two palettes, but I'm trying not to dip into a different palette. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Gemstone palette for my shimmer. I am taking the boldest purple right in the middle. This color is just, it's such like a vivid, vibrant purple. This is exactly what I want to slap in just like the middle of my eyes. And I'm doing this with no like concealer, no primer. I just want to know how well these shimmers perform. I really love how this purple turned out. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going back into the Corals palette. I'm taking that dark like brick red orangish color and I am just darkening that up around that halo just so that it's like a little bit blended almost on the outside. Okay, sorry, I'm also going back and putting some more of that purple on too. It's just such a fine balance, you know? Okay, so I'm taking this Stila eyeliner next, and I am going to attempt to do a wing without messing this up because I feel like everything is very well blended right now. And I am just drawing a regular wing. You know the drill. Draw a wing, try to make it even, make it bigger. You know how it goes. So I'm taking that dark orange brick color again, and I'm just taking that and smoking out the bottoms of my lash line. I feel like this is just gonna look almost like a big sunset, except not really because there's like purple in the middle of it. So right before I pop lashes on, I'm going to do the inner corners of my eyes as well. And I am just going to take this, like it's honestly kind of like a light pink color. I know it's looking very silver on camera probably, but I'm taking this and just popping this into my corners. Okay, I know that one of the ones that was a little bit flaky when I swatched it, but it did pop onto my eyes really well. I hope you can see that. Anyway, I'm gonna go find a pair of lashes quick. Okay, so I popped on some lashes. I lined my bottom waterline and applied some mascara on the bottom just to save some time. So I think I'm done with my eye look. I'm just gonna move on to the rest of my face. You can fast forward through this part to the end. I'm gonna give my final thoughts on these palettes, but let me just finish my face first. So I'm taking the Butter Bronzer. You probably noticed I've been using this a lot to contour, bronze my face. I just love this stuff. It smells so good. It blends so well into my skin. Like, it's such a big pan. It's so affordable. All good things. Next for blush, I am taking this. It's called Flower Pots by Huda Beauty. I think this is Drew Barrymore's brand. This is in the shade PB2, and I'm just applying this on the tops of my cheeks, kind of above where I put that contour. And then for highlight, I'm going into this Rosé Bad Habit palette, and I'm going to take this kind of like pinky highlighting color right here and putting this on the tops of my cheekbones, kind of as usual, a little bit on my nose, that kind of thing. So lastly for lips, I am going to take this Atomic Makeup color. This is in the shade Concrete Jungle. I didn't want anything super dark, super colorful, so this is what I'm going with. It's sort of like a almost nude, a little bit of a lighter color to go with this eye look. Okay, so that is it for my tutorial. I really like how this turned out. I don't think I've tried a sunset type, like really warm like this look in a very long time, probably because it is like dead ass winter right now. But brief review summary of both the Huda Beauty palettes. So pros and cons. I feel like the coral, the mattes are like so blendable. Like I don't think I've ever had an easier time blending a matte color. Like it was just effortless. It blended so well. The con is just like it's not as opaque as you maybe want it to be, and so you just kind of keep layering, and eventually you get there, you build it up, but it does take a little while to get there, and the powder is very fine. These warm tones are going to be so amazing as we eventually roll out of winter into summer. the Gemstone Palette with all of the shimmers in here. I feel like even the ones that swatch a little bit flaky performed well in my eyes. I know I only used 2 out of the 9 colors, but I really like the way that they performed. They are not creasing at all. They're not falling off. They are staying really well. They are very opaque, applied beautifully with my fingers. And yeah, I would say like, I'm really glad I picked up both of these. Honestly, like bonus that it was on sale. But I really do look forward to using these like ongoing. So yeah, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know if you like these palette review tutorial things. I really like doing them, to be honest. Yeah, so subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button if you like this video. And I hope to see you at my next video.